Counting down in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we are underway. Welcome, Tom Anderson.
Good morning, Rob Blythe. I gotta say, somebody who just had a good start to that final is the WSL's surfing comp timer klaxon horn, or whatever type of horn you call it. Old Faithful. That was a great horn blast, really loud. And the surfers are closed today. It's the High Tide Fistral Amphitheatre. So they're going to be able to hear everything that's happening. And for those of you watching at home, you'll be able to hear a kind of hybrid between the beach announcements and the commentary. We've just got a little paddle there for the surfers in green and blue, both having a look. Wave selection will be pretty important. Bit of free surfing was going on before this. Well, we say free surfing. I don't know how free a free surf is when you're preparing for one of the heats of your career. But still, that's the term used. It's a beautiful morning here. The sun is going to be up shortly, or up and out. Daybreak saw a slightly misty morning, but the forecast warmth is on its way.
Now, Tom, you just mentioned something about a hybrid broadcast, because we are not only commentating to the beach, not only informing the surfers of the situation, but broadcasting around the world. So if you are joining us online, good morning and welcome. I've just got one eye on the screen, Tom, and I can see that there's a lovely graphic showing the flags of the nations these surfers represent, and it's England versus Scotland affair this morning.
3 St. George's, and what do you call
the Saltire?
The Saltire. And did you know that if you put those two flags together, you get
the Union Jack?
You get the Union Jack. King James the First of England and 6th of Scotland designed it. And now here's a good geeky fact for you while we wait for a set. King James was the first. Well, he did. Yeah, he commissioned it.
He also offers web services.
Yeah, he's the first king. He was the first king of James the First of England and 6th of Scotland.
Well, I'm going to interrupt you, Tom, because we see a paddle for surfer in blue. This is Lauren Sandland from just down the road in Crantock, carving back towards the whitewater, pumping through the inside, smashes up through the lip there.
Great start for her. That's a great start.
Less than 3 minutes gone, and a powerful start for current GB Cup title holder Lauren Sandland. She earned that accolade here last October.
That's a great start for Sandland. Closeout turn, probably the better of the two turns, but really good rail work there. There's a set coming through, and these are proper corduroy lines this morning. It's very exciting. And this one, the biggest wave to come through in the final so far. We have seen some very good size waves come in this morning because this is a new swell. New swells are often pretty consistent. It's a building swell, and it's going to be getting more consistent through the course of the day.
We can see
there's a right-hander going to be running off this thing, and there may be a left going the other way too. There's going to be a little bit of a scrap to get into it, and actually it's the surfer in blue who might well end up picking this off. On the inside, Lauren Sandland, again, she's going to have a second on the board already. Round she comes, bottom turns off the top, gets the lip really well, and if she gets a second turn in here, she's going to be really going some. She gets a third, maybe even a second, maybe even a third, actually. Oh, wow.
Great start for the surfer in blue, Lauren Sandland.
Oh, wow.
And as she rode that wave, Tom, I just saw the first of the day's spray flying off the back of it. That southeasterly wind has started to pick up a little bit, grooming the waves beautifully, conditioning the surface of the ocean there, making it lovely, clean, smooth for our surfers to show us exactly what they can do.
You're a little more nimble than I, Rob, so you might be better placed to answer this question. The south easterly wind today, now it's going to be a cross offshore blowing into the right and off the left. How does that work out for airs going forward?
Ideally, of course, you wouldn't want too strong an offshore for airs because it'll force our surfers over the back of the wave. As we see, surfer in red and surfer in green up and riding on alternate waves here. Oh. Surfer in green, Callie Cruikshank of Scotland, going on the right. Up into the lip she goes. Manages to drive down with the lip line. And at the back, we saw a wave for surfer in red, Belle Bettridge. A shorter wave, but got some work done on the outside. A beautiful set now pouring in at the north end of the contest area. Scores start to come in. First of blue, 4.83. First of blue, 4.83. Waves to drop for red and green, and second of blue also. Look at this thing on the outside, Tom. It's going to be surfer in white, Georgie May Hicks, who's in the spot.
She was looking
she
very sharp during her warm-up surf earlier.
Second of blue, 5.67. Blue, you are first. A 4.83 and a 5.67. Scores to come in for green and red.
Yeah, Georgie May Hicks was looking very good during her warm-up surf earlier. So does it make right-handers slightly better for airs than left-handers if the wind's blowing into the right?
Fortunately, Tom, I don't think the wind's going to get strong enough to really impact that. As we see surfer in green, Callie Cruikshank up and riding on her backhand up into the lip, comes unstuck there. First of green, a 2.5. First of green, 2.5. First of red, 4.7. Second of green, 0.83. Situation with 18 minutes and 25 seconds remaining. Blue, you are first. Sandland, first. Bettridge in red. Red, you are second. You require a 5.8 to move into first. Here we see, Tom,
Georgie May Hicks
up and riding. The surfer in white on her backhand. The goofy foot moving away across a medium-sized right-hand wall here. Little S-turn to find the power source, again the pocket, and putting together a few changes of direction on the outside before that wave joins up with the one in front and unfortunately runs into deep water, meaning that May Hicks can't proceed any further. 17 minutes and 45 seconds remaining. First of white, 3.0. First of white, 3.0. The situation is blue first, red second. Red, you need 5.8. Green, third. Green, you need an 8. White, fourth, you need 7.5. Now, as this is the final, Tom, we'll no longer be providing situation to progress through to the next round in second. All of the requirements are for first. The final heat of this event. Look at this set rolling in, Tom. It's so exciting. And it looks like it's going to be Callie Cruikshank, the surfer in green, who could be in the spot. Perhaps a little bit far out. Instead, blue Sandland up on her backhand.
Oh, it's going well for her so far, isn't it? This is a very good-looking wave. It's got a little bit of wind chop on it. Oh, off the lip, and this is the hardest section of the whole beach to do a turn on. And you can see why. Sandland, she is the reigning British champion, British seniors champion. So she won it as a junior last autumn. We were privileged to see that happen here at Fistral Beach. The GB Cup, Sandland won that. And she came second in the English Nationals under-18s earlier this year. Losing actually to Belle Bettridge, who's also in the water. And Belle Bettridge is the defending champion of this event. So the form guide tells us that there's very little to choose from between Sandland and Bettridge. It's going to come down to whatever happens on the day.
Last of blue, 4.57. 4.57 for that let, Tom. So hasn't improved her situation. Blue's currently sitting on a 4.83 and a 5.67. So blue, you're looking to replace a 4.83. Red, you are second. You need a 5.8. Green, you are third. You require an 8. White, you are fourth. You need a 7.5. All of the requirements today are for first because we are into the finals. No longer advising the surfers for that advancing position of second.
No, it's no use to them. Although speaking about seconds and thirds, those events I just spoke about then, I was saying that we had Sandland win the GB Cup, British title. We had Bettridge win the Boardmasters last year. And then we had Bettridge over Sandland earlier this year in the English Nationals. Georgie May Hicks was also involved in those events, and Georgie May Hicks was the runner-up to Bettridge here last year, and then she was in third behind Sandland and Bettridge in the English Nationals. But that also, we're talking about form guide in terms of previous results. I've got to say, I thought Hicks looked really, really strong in the warm-ups this morning. So she'll be looking to have a big, possibly even decisive majority influence on what happens in this final here. And then let's talk about Callie Cruikshank from Scotland, who's out there in the green. So she is the Scottish under-14 champion. She was the runner-up in the Scottish under-16s. She's a Scottish team athlete. She's a bit younger than the others. And she went through, she left it late yesterday, went through in the last couple of minutes. We have lines to the horizon. And I'm going to count the lines out here. We got 1, which is going to arrive at the surface shortly. Bettridge might paddle. Then there's 2, 3, 4, 5. Here goes Bettridge first on the front side. Up into the lip. Pushes a bit of spray out. Goes onto the rail. She's going to eject from that one because there's not going to be a reform. She needed a 5.8 then. I think it might come in a bit shy of that, but if she goes over 4.7, she'll reduce the requirement.
That first turn of red then, Bettridge, was so powerful on quite a small wave, Tom. Really showing us what she can do with minimal.
So priority here is now with the surfer in green and heat leader Sandland, and Sandland's going to use that to keep Georgie May Hicks off.
This is Cruikshank.
Oh, this is Cruikshank.
In the green, up into the lip, wrapping back into the pocket there. Beautiful turn from the young Scot. Up into the lip to finish, and she rides out of that strongly. Looking for an 8-point ride. Don't think it's going to stretch to that, but it will have reduced her requirements, and now she can go hunting for a backup. At the back, we see Georgie May Hicks in the white on her backhand, a goofy foot on a beautiful looking right-hander, a swooping opening turn. Back into the white water she goes. A really fast section ahead of her. Into the lip again. She'll find room for at least 2 more turns. There's the one. She's going to wait for the end section here, generating speed, and going to finish strongly, smashing the end section. They're really pleased with that, and it goes on. Perhaps at the back we saw quick ride there for surfer in red as well. Bettridge, so lots of scores to come in. 1 for red, 1 for green, 1 for white.
Noise from the beach. Noise from the beach. Noise from the beach.
I've just popped outside the booth, Tom, to have a glance across at the athletes area, and it's filling up nicely. The athletes ready for the under-18 boys final are in there prepping with their pit crews. Lots of support starting to arrive on the beach, and why not? Because we are due. We're expecting some exciting action throughout the rest of the morning. Scores still to drop, 11.5 minutes remaining. This is the Boardmasters Open under-18 girls final. See a gaggle of photographers on the water's edge.
Yes, I can see the telephoto lenses.
There's another set arriving at the northern end of the contest area. See, all of our surfers back in the lineup.
A smaller wave coming through here now. Scores are still to come through for that last of Georgie May Hicks.
Last of green is in though, 4.03, last of green, 4.03. Green, you require a 6.47. 6.47. Second of red, Bettridge, 3.9. Bettridge, you still have a score to come. You're looking for a 5.8. Last of white, 6.33. Last of Georgie May Hicks, 6.33. Hicks, you are second. White, second. You need 4.17.
The wave of the heat so far, and she did well to stay with that. There was a moment where that wave looked like it might fatten out, and rather than kicking out, Hicks knew there was going to be a reform. 3 more turns and they were all critical, but the work was done out the back as well. Solid on the backhand, Hicks. In fact, lots of the surfing she was doing this morning was on the forehand, but taking to the backhand there.
I must say, Tom, it's a very well surfed wave and excellent wave selection. Georgia May Hicks biding her time, didn't get that wave until fairly late into the heat. But my goodness, it was worth it, as we see now.
Response
surfer
from Sandland.
in blue, Sandland, current heat leader, up and riding, looking to replace a lower score of a 4.83, slashes back into the white water. That wave races away from her. Meanwhile, at the back, the lines continue to pour into the bay here at North Fistral. The tide's making its way in still, creating that natural amphitheatre for all of you in the beach bar, the athletes area, and on the sand to enjoy.
I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 telephoto, 11 telephoto lenses at the moment. A lot of interest here in what's going on.
Last of blue, 1.5. Last of blue, 1.5. Last of red, 2.07. 9 minutes remaining. Blue, you are first. You need to replace a 4.83. White, you are second. You need a 4.17. Red, you are third. You need a 5.8. Green, you are fourth. You require a 6.47.
And there's a really good set coming through here. Corduroy lines, there's going to be 2 of them. But where in the beach is going to be the best spot? Hicks, kicking frantically, is going to get into this one. She's going to go on her front side. Now our first look at Hicks's front side, but she ejects. Going to wait and see if she can get a better one. And the rest of the set bowls outwards, and it's going to afford Callie Cruikshank a chance to get up. But she's looking for a big score at a 6.47. Left behind by that one. So at the moment, at this stage of the tide, the waves that have bowled in better have been slightly smaller. That was a little bit too big, a little bit too full on for the bank then, that wave. We can see the various coaches and parents going through it. Who'd be a parent of a young athlete, eh?
I spoke to the father of one of our finalists that we'll see in action later today, Mr. Dark, this morning, and asked him if he'd started shaking yet, and he said, no, I've got at least an hour before I start.
The man had the haggard look of somebody who's aged 30 years in 3 days. I can see in front of us Georgie May's father, Matt. He's trying to keep calm. He's keeping calm by pacing around. But you know he's feeling it.
Brief ride there for surfing green. Cruikshank, quick up and down. It looking to replace a 2.5. It won't factor into her top 2. Currently sitting on a 4.03 and a 2.5. Last green, 1.1. 6 minutes and 40 seconds remaining. Lines continue to arrive. Situation remains the same. It's blue first, white second, red third, green fourth. Green requiring a 6.47. Red requiring a 5.8. White requiring a 4.17. And blue looking to replace a 4.83.
Now, with 6 minutes remaining, this heat has gone quickly, hasn't it? Priority is probably also quite important here now. It sits with Bettridge, the defending champion. Cruikshank goes again. And then Sandland with second priority. And you see Georgie May Hicks in the third priority is going to push Sandland to make a go on this. So Hicks jumping up the priority a bit. Sandland goes to the front side, looking to try and see if she can improve on a 4.83 here. She may do. Good rail work. Bit of smooth transition to this inside and a final snap, which involves a little bit of a tail tweak
Clutch
as
surfing
well.
there. I would say blue is very, very likely to replace that 4.83.
And possibly also replace her 5.67, would you say, Robbo?
Improve his situation. Beautifully surfed wave there.
Judges will be looking to make comparisons between that and the 6.33 of Hicks.
And under priority, Tom, it just goes to show that not having priority sometimes frees you and allows you to go on some of those waves you might not have chosen to go on.
Well, Sandland cleverly got herself the other side of the peak to the surfer who had priority, so Bettridge would never have been able to get to her there. So it's also possible to get away under priority sometimes, isn't it? I think Bettridge had a look at the left, actually. There's the 5-minute warning, 5 minutes remaining, 5 minutes remaining.
Well, Crookshank might find herself into a nice-looking right-hander here if she can scrap into it. She does. The young regular foot from Scotland up and riding into the lip. She goes back to the whitewater. This wall's going to line up nicely on the inside. She sticks with it. A little tap again, looking for a big finish, finds it. A lovely wrap off the inside section for surfer in green. Callie Crookshank of Scotland looking for an 8.14.
And now we are going to have a possible opportunity here for the surfer in white, Georgie May Hicks. She's going to go to her front side. Section coming at her is going to need some speed. She smashes into the section, comes out and rides through. Just the one turn, but what a turn. A
5.85 is the requirement for surfer in white, Georgie May Hicks, because last of blue, 6.5. Last of blue, 6.5. Surfer in blue, you've improved your situation. You now have a 5.67 and a 6.5. White, you require a 5.85. Red, you need a 7.47. Green, you need an 8.14. Scores to drop for white and green. 3 minutes and 50 seconds remaining. The lines continue to push into the bay here at North Fistral. And in that last set, we saw a nice little wedge up here on the inside as the waves converge on that inside bar. We're set for a grandstand finish here with 3.5 minutes remaining. We can see our athletes making their way out for the under-18 boys Boardmasters Open final, which will be underway in about 4 minutes' time. Meanwhile, in this heat, 3 minutes and 15 seconds remaining. It's blue first, white second, red third, green fourth. Scores still to come in for white. Last of green, 4.53. Last of green, 4.53. Green, you require a 7.64 as we see green up and riding there. Starting out through the inside. Two and a half minutes remaining and the waves continue to pour in here. Situation update, last of white, 4.8. Blue, you are first. White, you are second. White, you need a 5.85. Red, you are third. You need a 7.47. Green, you are fourth. You need a 7.64. 2 minutes and 15 seconds on the clock. Corduroy lines stacked to the horizon. The beach is filling up nicely. Lots of support for our surfers. And lots of interested parties keeping a close eye on all of the action. 2 minutes remaining. Red has first priority, blue has second priority, white has third priority, green has fourth priority. Priority, of course, meaning that these surfers, whoever holds the priority, gets first dibs, first pick of any wave that comes through, even if somebody else is already on it. It looks like red may pull the trigger here on a beautiful looking right-hander. This is Bettridge up and riding on her forehand, the young regular foot into the lip. She crashes. Unfortunately, not managing to ride out of that. She's looking for a 7.47. That wave will not provide it for red. She'll paddle back out and reset with 1 minute and 30 seconds on the clock. Here goes Crookshank in green, currently in fourth, looking for a 7.64. Cuts back towards the whitewater, decides that wave is not going to offer her the scoring potential she requires. White and blue having a look at the waves out the back. Our priority judges don't seem to have thought that was the paddle. So it's blue with first priority, white with second priority. There are 28 seconds remaining in this heat. It's blue first, white second, red third, green fourth. Green, you need a 7.64. Red, you need a 7.47. White, you need a 5.85. Here's red on the inside, slamming the lip, releasing the tail there on that final turn, searching for a 7.47. 10 seconds remaining. And we will count this down in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Score just about to drop for red. It's a 3.97. Not enough. So the results of this, the Boardmasters Open Under 18 Girls Final. In first, taking the title, Sandland in blue. In second was surfer in white, Georgie May Hicks. In third, surfer in red, Belle Bettridge. And in green, Callie Cruikshank in fourth. Superb surfing on display throughout that final. A huge congratulations to all of our finalists. Ladies and gents, please put your hands together. Give them your support. Surfers in the water, stand by. Counting down in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And the Boardmasters Open Under 18 Boys Final is underway. We are running 25-minute finals for the Under 18 Girls and Under 18 Boys. And on the sand, you can see lovely scenes as the surfers from the last heat embrace and congratulate each other on a well-surfed heat. Sandland in blue, adding to her trophy cabinet. Current British champion after winning the British Cup here last October. Now she adds the Boardmasters Open Under 18 Girls title to the cabinet. Set approaches at the north end of the contest area. No priority afforded to any of the surfers yet. In red, we've got Dewey Robrock. In white, Elliot Barton. In green, it's Lucas Skinner. And in blue, Finn Gillespie. Netherlands, Wales, England, England. It's an international affair. Here goes green. It's Lucas Skinner. It's going to draw first blood, pumping down the line. Into the lip, he goes wrapping down, not completing the turn into the whitewater, but instead opting to project down the line for a fantastic finish. Very intelligent surfing from the young man in green.
Wow. Bucket of spray, anybody?
Here goes red, Dewey Robrock of the Netherlands. Bottom turning into the lip, slamming the fins free and almost riding out.
So close to landing that. So close.
Wow, very, very sharp surfing on display on that first wave from surfer in green, Skinner. Sets approach. Who will be in position? It looks like surfer in green is taking a look at this one, and he's going to pull the trigger. Lucas Skinner up and riding on his second wave on his backhand now, projecting down the line, flying into the lip. Buckets of spray again, not managing to ride out of that one. First of green, 8.17 as we see surfer in blue up and riding into the lip. A beautiful turn there for Finn Gillespie. Only one maneuver, but it was a good one as he drives out of the whitewater and jumps off. 22 minutes and 30 seconds remaining. First of green, 8.17. First of red, 1.5. It was a really brilliant turn from the surfer in red, but not managing to ride out of it. And that's reflected in the scores. Had he ridden out with control, we could have expected a much bigger score for the young surfer from the Netherlands. Second of green, 1.53. Our judges pondering how best to reward surfer in blue, Finn Gillespie, for that really nice turn on his front side into the closeout section. White has first priority. Barton, you have first priority. Red, Robrock, you have second priority. Green, Skinner, you have third priority. Blue, Gillespie, you have fourth priority. First of blue, 5.0. First of blue, 5.0. So the judges really enjoying that one maneuver from the surfer in blue. Showing commitment flow and aggression throughout that turn. 21 minutes and 30 seconds remaining. The situation is surfer in green, you are in first position. Green, you are first. Blue, you are second. Blue, you need a 4.71. Red, you are third. You need an 8.2. White, you are fourth. You need a 9.71. White, of course, Tom, having not yet ridden a wave. Barton with priority at the back, searching for a set wave, no doubt. We saw Barton ripping yesterday, Tom. In fact, on yesterday's highlight package, he had one of the waves of the package,
yeah,
in my
really
opinion,
did.
that beautiful backhand surfing.
One of the standout surfers of the semi-final. I'd still say the standout surfer of the semi-final was probably Lucas Skinner, and he's opened up, as you can see, with an 8.17, so picking up exactly where he left off. But Elliot Barton's scores were there or thereabouts. And there's a very good looking set coming through to the south end of the competition area now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines. And each of them running right across the beach. And these waves are going to carry on getting better for a while now as we come towards the high tide. And I can see now that the surfer in green is repositioning Lucas Skinner. He's only in third priority, so he's going to get himself out of the way. Flying towards the end of this set. He's stopped. He's recognized that the right-hander I think he'd thought about might not actually be there. And the surfer in blue is going to get up and ride in here on the forehand, but he gets left behind. And now with priority, Elliot Barton on a wonderful-looking right-hander. Takes off in and out of the lip once, but the wave runs away from him. But he'll be up and running. And then next priority is with the surfer in red. But the set, I think, has pushed a little bit too much water on the bank for the last two waves of it to break where the surfers are sat. So shorter wave for Barton. And we got a wave for Finn Gillespie. Both of them were one maneuver. And now Skinner paddles north towards Finn Gillespie. So Skinner will have priority over Gillespie. Dewey Robrock with priority in the middle of the area. And last of white, a 4.83. Last of blue, a 5.0. So the judges are giving good scores for one maneuver. Judges doing good scores for one maneuver there. And now aiming for a right-hander, but he's going to have it taken off him, Elliot Barton. But Dewey Robrock uses priority and goes up on the backhand. First turn, nice closeout section coming at him, but it's a very difficult section to hit and get down from. And Robrock can't quite ride out of it. Skinner on a semi-closeout right-hander. He's going fast. He will get to the lip and gets air. Surfboard drifts slightly too far away from his feet to be able to land there. Did so well just to be able to come around that section. Skinner with speed to burn. And into the middle of the bay comes another line. It is wave on wave on wave at the moment. Elliot Barton in second priority may have a chance to go for one of these. He'll go to his front side. He leaves the first one, but the surfer with priority, Finn Gillespie, is chasing him down. And there's now a three-wave set coming through. The first wave is going to bowl slightly the wrong way. There's two really good waves behind here now. Gillespie with priority, Barton with second priority. Barton's going to have a look at a left-hander here. Gillespie may take that from him. Gillespie doesn't. Elliot Barton's going to go. Gets to his feet. Goes backhand. There may be room for two maneuvers. There may only be one. First turn. And comes around, tries a second, but can't quite get that going. So finding open face and finding the right bowl is the challenge for the surfers right now. That was one of the bigger waves to come through so far. But that's two waves for Barton now where he's not got the two maneuvers in. Lucas Skinner still in the lead, even with only a low score to replace. And here goes Skinner on a left, and he will replace his score with that turn. Dewey Robroch gets 2 turns in, and this time, he's going to really want to claim Robroch that was a make on that final turn. They can sometimes be a little bit kinder in judging whether something's a make or not in junior surfing. But I still think it might be a bit of an ask for the judges to say that Robroch made that wave. Last of white, 2.87. Elliot Barton, a 2.87. Standby for last of green and red. Green, you're in the lead. That will stay the case. You are looking to replace a 1.53. Very likely to have happened. Last of green, a 5.87. You now have a heat total of 14.04. Lucas Skinner, you are in first. Elliot Barton, you're second. You need a 9.21. Finn Gillespie, you're third. You need a 9.04. Your last wave was a 0.93. Standby for last of red, Dewey Robroch. It will need to be a 4.04 to avoid a combination. Last of red, 1.37. All waves are in. So Rob, we talked about this yesterday. Lucas Skinner, he is a very accomplished travel agent, isn't he? And where does he often offer tickets to?
Comboland.
He does indeed.
Comboland, Tom.
Robroch can get himself a ticket out of Comboland, but he'll have to be his own travel agent to do that. He'll need a 4.04 minimum. Now I can see, I think it looks as though quite a few of the Skinner clan have chosen the sand rather than the competitors area to watch today. Am I right? Is that, can I see Mum and Grandad down on the water's edge? I'm not sure. Down on the sand, sitting there. I'm not sure if that's them. Okay, so situation. First green, second white. White needs a 9.21. Green needs a 9.04. Sorry, not green. Sorry, blue. First green. Second white, you need a 9.21. Third blue, you need a 9.04. Fourth red, you need 14.04. Robroch, Dutch surfer. We believe this is the first Dutch surfer to final here at Boardmasters in the juniors. Robroch from the Algarve. The name Dewey, it is Dutch for dove. And he does glide a bit like a dove across the wave face, Robbo. We did try to get the red arrows for a flyby this morning, but they were unavailable. Something to do with the Olympics or something like that. But we just had a wonderful flyby from the starlings that live in the roof of the Headland Hotel. And if you look to your right, they're not leaving behind them ink plumes in the sky, but they're just landing on the roof of the Headland Hotel. The starlings are enjoying the surfing as well. And Lucas Skinner's just having a little look at the points machine that was the inside right-hand bowl. Or at least Lucas Skinner had the key to turn this into a points machine yesterday. He's headed right up there. It's one of his favourite waves within Newquay. Skinner is from Perranporth, just round the corner, but obviously knows the waves of Newquay very well. And here he goes, up and right in. The backwash gives good opportunity for airs. And there is one, a frontside air reverse rotation. We became a bit desensitized to the scale and speed of Lucas Skinner's airs yesterday, didn't we? I should really be shouting my head off at that. That was an incredible maneuver, but got to keep something in the tank because we know that he can do them a lot bigger and a lot further out than that, but he's still going to get a great score. I wonder if he's going to beat his 5.87 there. I'd imagine it's quite possible, wouldn't you?
I think he will, Tom. I don't think it's going to go near his 8.17, but we are not judges, so let's
Now,
leave it to them.
If it gets a 5.93, he
Here
will
goes
have handed
Blue.
out a
Gillespie
second.
currently in third, looking for a 9.04. Lovely jam to kick off proceedings. Here on this wave, swooping back into the pocket, up for a closeout re-entry. A very well-served wave from the young Finn Gillespie.
Really needed that wave, because if Lucas Skinner gets more than a 5.93, he would have handed out his second ticket to Combo Land, but Gillespie will have avoided Combo Land with that.
Last of green, 5.67. Last of green, 5.67. Scores coming in for last of blue. I think it's going to be a good score, Tom.
And it should be a good score. That was very good surfing from Finn Gillespie.
Here we goes Rob Rock, having a look at this inside left-hander, deciding not to go, leaving surface in white, green, and blue out the back. Blue turning to have a look. It's Gillespie. Last of blue, 5.37. Last of blue, 5.37. 10 minutes and 30 seconds remaining. Green, you are first. Green, you are first. Looking to replace a 5.87. Blue, you are second. Blue, you are second. You require an 8.67. White, you are third. White, third. You need a 9.21. Red, you are fourth. Red, fourth. You require a combination of 14.04. 10 minutes and 5 seconds remaining. Here goes Skinner. Up and riding on his forehand. Jamming. Releasing the tail there. Back to the whitewater. Pumping down the line. Takes to the lip. Extending his tail out. Beautiful closeout re-entry there for young Skinner, looking to replace a 5.87. Up and riding, it's Blue Gillespie on the back of a lovely ride on his previous wave, jamming through the lip there. So much commitment with that final turn, rides out. Looking to replace a lower score of 5. Requires an 8.67 for first. The waves are relentlessly pouring into the north of the bay here at Fistral. If you are just joining us, welcome to this finals day, day 5 of the Boardmasters Festival 2024. In the water, we have the Boardmasters Open Under-18 final. We've just seen the completion of the Under-18 Girls Boardmasters Open final. Sandland of Crantock taking the title. Adding to her trophy cabinet in the water, it's the Under-18 Boys, and it's Lucas Skinner who's in pole position at the moment. Finn Gillespie in second. In blue, Cipher in white, Elliot Barton in third, and Dewey Robrock in red in fourth. Last of blue, 5.27. Last of blue, 5.27. So blue currently sitting on a high score of 5.37. Following the conclusion of this heat, we will be moving in to the Wild West Jerky LQS Women's Final. It's the longboard event. And if you're watching at home, we'll be switching streams. We'll be moving over to the WSL Compcast stream, which you can find on their app, on their website, on their YouTube page, or on the BM Open Surf Instagram page. You'll find the link to it. Up and riding, it's Dewey Robrock in red. Pumping around that section, looking for the lip, finds it, takes to the air. Doesn't manage to hold on to that one. So Robrock feeling the pressure now, realizing he needs a combination of 14.67 and knows it'll probably require 2 waves. Robrock surfed fantastically well yesterday. Brilliant rail game, the young.
Yeah, he's really
Netherlands
powerful,
surfer.
isn't he? And he also isn't shy of going for a big maneuver.
Situation update, 7 minutes, 15 seconds remaining. Green, you are first. Green, you are first. Looking to replace a lower score of 6.5. Blue, you are second. Blue, you need a 9.3. White, you are third. You need a 9.84. Red, you are fourth. You need a combination of 14.67. If you are watching at home, welcome. It's a lovely day here at sunny Fistral. Here's Robrock, surfer in red, up and riding on his backhand, a smaller inside wave, but it's going to provide him a lip line to smash off with a first turn. Pumps round the section, doesn't manage to ride beyond the white water. At the back, waves continue to pour in. We see surfer in green and surfer in white taking a look at this. It's the surfer in white who has priority, decides he doesn't want it. Green doesn't want it either, but blue, Gillespie currently in second, pumps down the line, and he takes to the air with an air reverse attempt, not managing to generate enough speed before finding that lip. Gillespie chasing a 9.3. At the back, we see Surfer with first priority. Elliot Barton not having a look, but Green does. So Lucas Skinner pulls the trigger, up and riding, pumping down the line. He floats up into the lip there, generating speed. He wants to find another section, does so as he rides out of that. Can't help but feel he was chasing an air section there as he eyed down the line. Gillespie in blue, not interested in that one. I get the sense that Lucas Skinner really does want to take to the air. We've seen a small air reverse from him, garnering a 5.67 earlier on. Here's Robrock up and riding in his forehand. Into the lip he goes. Second time, throwing tail there. Lots of spray. Pumps along for an end section. Finds it. Big fin release, not managing to ride out to that final turn. Robrock chasing a combination of 14.67. 3.43 for his previous wave. One score still to drop. Last of Green still to come in as well. Green looking to replace a 6.5. There's 5 minutes and 15 seconds on the clock. Whether you're joining us on the beach or at home, a very warm welcome to Day 5, finals day here at the Boardmasters Festival 2024. In the water, we have the Boardmasters Open Under-18 Boys Final with 5 minutes remaining in it. 5 minutes remaining. Following this, we'll be moving in to the Wild West Jerky LQS Women's Final, where you can expect to see Alice Lemoyne, Ginger Kaimi, Zoe Gropion, and Ophélie Alcun. 3 French and an Italian to make up that final. As we see Surfer Green, Skinner up and riding, heat leader, pumping down the line, wrapping back to the foam there, not finding enough power to continue with that journey. Four minutes and 20 seconds on the clock. Previous wave of Green, a 4.97. Last still to drop in. Last of Red, a 3.13. Here goes White. Barton in third, needs 9.84. Jamming the lip a second time. Pumps down the line, looking for a solid finish. Finds it, releasing the fins, and pulls through the back. Barton looking to replace a 2.87. Needs a 9.84. He won't get it with that wave, but he may well have reduced his requirement. With 3 minutes and 50 seconds remaining, the situation is Green is first, blue is second, needs a 9.3, white is third, needs a 9.84, red is fourth, and needs a combination of 14.67. Score still to come in for White, Tom, and I can sense that you really enjoyed that last.
I thought that was a great wave for White there. Now, just doing the maths mentally here, I think if he gets around a 5.8, he could pop into second. The computer system is here set now to give us only what they need for first.
So Last of White, a 4.4. Last of White, a 4.4, now requiring still a 9.84 because it doesn't better his first wave of a 4.83. 3 minutes and 5 seconds remaining.
Yes, I'm just looking at this. He's got 4.83 as his high score, and he'd need to get to 10.64, wouldn't he? So that is about a 4.8. No, am I right? No, a 5.8. It would need to be about a 5.8 for White if he wanted to get to second. And then if Red wanted to get to second, he'd have to add, yeah, what have got to go to take 3.43 away from 10.64. He needs about a 7.3, doesn't he?
But Tom, it's the final.
It's the final. They just want to win.
First.
They're chasing first.
So, of course, all the requirements that we do give you are for that first place positioning. Barton eyeing up a nice-looking left-hander. He's got fourth priority. So it's blue that goes using his priority.
Good.
Gillespie wrapping off the lip there, pumping down the line, trying to generate as much speed as he can. Finds a beautiful end section, releases his tail.
Do you know what,
doesn't manage to ride out.
Doesn't improve his score, but that very, very solid look Gillespie gave towards the right-hander on that wave as he took off stopped Elliot Barton from going on it. And so with that wave, even if all he does is stop Elliot Barton going on it, that could be the wave that got him second place.
Here goes Robrock in the red on the inside right, pumping down the line into the lip. He goes, a beautiful turn there. Up for a second, foam climb, rides out with control. The judges begin to input their scores. So Robrock currently in a combination situation, needing greater than 4.67 to get himself out of that situation. 1 minute and 35 seconds left. It's green first, blue second, white third, red fourth. Coming up next, the Wild West Jerky LQS Women's Final featuring Lemoyne, Kaimi, Gropion, Alcun. We are set for a wonderful morning into early afternoon of surfing.
I think
So much action to bring you.
There's a set coming through to the south end here now, and the surfer with priority is the surfer in green, Lucas Skinner. His low score is a 6.5. Second priority is with Elliot Barton, who is looking for either a 9.3 for the lead or something around the upper fives. I've tried to do the maths. I think it's about a 5.8 that would go to second. Now Lucas Skinner is chasing Elliot Barton down now with 40 seconds left, making sure that he can't get anything that's going to get that 9.3. It's careful. It's important for Lucas to do this because you cannot turn your back on Elliot Barton. There's 30 seconds remaining. It looks like Lucas Skinner may well hold on here now because Elliot Barton is going to need 2 waves to break in the next 25 seconds for that situation to change. There's not going to be a wave up the other end for Finn Gillespie either, so this looks like it's going to be it. 10 seconds remaining. And we're going to count down to the winner here. It's going to be Lucas Skinner in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And you hear the noise from the beach. Lucas Skinner is the winner. Rob Roch and Barton both with fun waves in. The image on your screen is the winner of the Boardmasters Junior Boys Open, Lucas Skinner. There'll be a bit of a celebration here.
Well, you can see the Skinner cheer crew meeting him at the water's edge. A very pleased young man. But Tom, he'll have to reset because he's got the BYD men's final coming up later on today.
And if you want to watch that, viewers on BBC Two, we are shortly going to be moving to BBC One. So, it should be BBC Two and BBC One, but they got the Olympics on there. So viewers on the current feed, we are going to be moving to the World Surf League's YouTube channel for a compcast. So we're going to say goodbye to you on this channel, and we shall see you over on the World Surf League for the compcast in a few moments' time.